Sue Pennell of a customer service manager about a complaint.
Sorry, was that a name you gave me? Is it a person that you wanted to speak to?
Well, I've got a letter from you, see. It says, yours sincerely, Sue Pennell, customer service manager. So I'm guessing I'd either want to speak to her or somebody from the customer service manager team, please.
Okay, yes, so she's just our signatory, so let's have a look and see. I'm assuming you've written to us recently, have you, or?
It's about the complaint. Does this Sue Pennell not exist then?
She does exist, yes. She's the, what we call the signatory, so she's the head of it all, so her signature goes on there, and then it's allocated out to complaint managers like myself and the rest of my team. So if I can take a few details, I can have a look and see if it's been allocated yet, or if I can assist further.
Could I take a few details as well, please? To whom am I speaking, please?
My name's Gina.
Gina. And anything else that identifies you, please?
I'm nearly Gina here, but yeah, Gina, if you want my surname.
Thank you. Okay, but yes, I've gone. And you are, and you are a customer service manager?
I am. I'm in the head of customer service team. Yes.
Are you the head?
Manager.
Are you the head?
I'm in the, not the head. No, I'm in the head of customer service team.
Oh, it's called head of. What's the top? What's the
head of customer service?
Yeah, sorry, you can see my confusion there, can't you? I thought I was talking to the boss for a minute then.
Right, so my line is breaking up a little bit, so I do apologise if I do mishear anything.
Yeah, it's a bit windy.
Have you got an account number so that I can find you, or is there?
Yeah, I'll give you an account. I'll give you the details of the letter you've sent. The account number is. Oh, hang on a sec. Bear with me 1 second. I've got the wrong letter. Sorry.
That's right.
Let me get the one. That's it. Yeah. The account number is.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you want me to repeat that again?
No, that's fine. I do believe I have you here. So, could I take your full name and the address? And
Well, I'll give you the. I can only give you the details of the letter that you've sent. The details on the letter that you've sent are to the bill or anything like that, if you want.
Okay. Yeah. If you can tell me the balance that's on there, please.
Oh, hang on a sec. 1 second, bear with me. Sorry, I ain't got the balance exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's 1,400. I haven't got the exact balance, but it's 1,400 and something.
That's lovely. So, and you are Mr. Are you?
No.
You're not.
I'm not a mister.
Okay.
My name on the system should be in front of you. My name is. I'm not a mister, a lord, a duke, or any other title. It should say something.
Right,
If you scroll down a bit, it should say something about it, Gina. I bet there's lots of notes on there.
Okay, so I'm just reading for a minute. Right, so I'm just going to quick read on here because it's got to it today. Right, so that's you. Okay, so. To a manager recently, is that right? On the 19th of August.
Does it say? I think her name's Jill. Is it on the computer in front of you?
Got our initials, right. So this one says P. Lindsay.
The last person I spoke to who hung up on me was a manager called. I believe her name was Gillian Clark.
Gillian Clark, right.
It might not be Clark though, but it was Jill. It should be logged on the system on the computer in front of you, so it should be on there.
Right, okay. And then since it's been escalated to a higher manager, whose name is P. So when it comes up on our notes, it just has our initial and our surname. So this person's not in my team, so they're
I've got the phone calls recorded anyway, so I'm up on YouTube, so you can easily identify them.
Right, okay, so how can I help you today?
Well, I just wanted to speak to you about this letter. You see, well, what it was last time, my last interaction with this, I believe her name was Gillian Clark. I'm not sure about the Clark. Was she hung up on me and she said something very, very disturbing. I've actually sent an email to your CEO, Alistair Phillips, with a recording of what she said, and it was disturbing. And now, when I was trying to, she wouldn't log the complaint and says I couldn't log a complaint, and then I've got this letter saying I have logged a complaint, so I don't really know where I stand with this complaint or what the actual complaint is about, but I wanted to add what happened in the last phone call, because what she said was very disturbing. I mean, I can repeat it to you if you like. I have sent...
Okay, yeah.
What she said was, I was speaking to her, she wouldn't let me log a complaint, she wouldn't let me speak to the manager. And I said to her, and I quote, I said, so, we don't care about disabled people, we can say and do what we want to them, and all we have to do is say sorry, and it's okay. Is that your position? She says, yes. So your position on disabled people is that you can do what you want and say what you want to them, and all you have to do is give them an insincere apology, and it's okay. Do you think that's acceptable, Gina?
No, that is not acceptable at all.
Well,
that's not how you treat any person.
No, it's not. I ended that phone call.
So, yeah, so that's not company policy at all.
It's not. I've sent the recording to your CEO. I was very angry and frustrated with what she said about vulnerable people. And I've got mental health issues. I've suffered with PTSD. She then proceeded to hang up on me. And the recording's up on YouTube. I'll put it on there for people to see, because I'm sick of this, Gina. I'm sick of it. You can't just keep ignoring me and treating me and fobbing me off. And just ignoring me and hanging up on me and laughing at me and sending me to the Philippines and sending me to South Africa just for your own amusement, and then say to me, oh, you can't make a complaint or you can't say anything, and just hang up on me. And this is what happened in my last phone call, and what I've just sent you is recorded. I've sent it in an email to Alistair Philip Davis, I believe that's your CEO, because I'm sick of this, and I'm going to send this recording. If you don't do something about it, I'm going to send that recording to every mental health charity that I can possibly get to show SSE's position on the vulnerable.
Right, okay, because that's not SSE's.
Well, according to Gillian Clark, it is. I asked her, I said, is that your position? Is that SSE's position? She says yes. And that's your position on a vulnerable person, that all you've got to do is give an sincere apology to anything that you do, and that's it. And then she wouldn't let me log a complaint. She wouldn't let me speak to me. She wouldn't let me log a complaint. She hung up on me. And I've got the whole recording and I've posted it up on YouTube.
Okay, that's fine, but as I say, that is not our...
It's not acceptable.
No, it's not acceptable. No, it's not acceptable. And there's no one in this company that would find that acceptable.
Well, that's a manager who said that to me. It's on your system in front of you. You may have the initials, and I believe her name is Gillian Clark, but I want to make a complaint about that woman.
Right, okay. So I need to...
I don't expect to be treated like that or spoke to like that, and what you've just said about vulnerable people and disabled people is disgusting. If that's your position on disabled people, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
And as I said, that is not our position.
But that a manager speaking for you says that's your position.
And if that person has said that, then I'm sure they will be reprimanded and there will be consequences.
That's not always my experience, Gina. You usually just sweep it under the carpet, fob me off and ignore me. This is what I'm complaining about, you see. My experience is she wouldn't even speak to me. She hung up on me. She didn't even hung up. She didn't even say I'm ending the call or anything. She just left the line open and you can hear me at the end of the recording saying hello, hello. She goes, you keep talking over me, and she just went. And I explained to her, I'm talking over you because I'm trying to log a complaint, and you keep saying to me that this is an ombudsman issue, and I can't make a complaint because it's with the ombudsman when I don't have a complaint with the ombudsman or anything like that. And so she deliberately stopped me making a complaint because I was going to make a complaint about her for what she said, and she just cut me off. The whole recording is up on YouTube. I've put it up on there for people to see. I haven't got a very big channel, but I put it up there on the hope that somebody looks at it and says this is wrong. And what she did was wrong. To speak to somebody, it's disgusting, Gina. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I would not expect any of my colleagues to speak to anybody and say that's how we do things here, because that's not what we're here to do. You can't apologise and think you can do whatever you want. That's not the case at all.
But your manager seems to think it is.
Whoever this person is, I will add to the complaint that's on here and email the person that's dealing with this and ask them to see if they are able to locate that call. And
I've already got the call recorded.
You've got the call recorded, okay,
I've
and you say you sent that to us as well.
I can send it to you. I mean, I've uploaded it to YouTube. I can give you the YouTube channel. You can check for yourself if you want.
Have you, and you say you sent that to our...
I've sent, would you like me to read you the email that I've just sent to your CEO?
Yeah, if you would, that'd be lovely.
I'll read it out to you. So give me glasses. Thank you, Gina. Thank you for your help today. I don't normally get this kind of level of help, but I don't mean to be rude against you. It's that I'm that frustrated with SSE. You seem like a really decent person, so thank you. But this is not my always experience when dealing with your company. But I'll read you the email to you. It says,
thank you.
I've put, you want to address this or even allow me to raise a complaint. You can hear the recordings of how staff treated a vulnerable person suffering from PTSD. You won't address this or even raise a complaint. You can hear the recordings of how your staff have treated a vulnerable person suffering from PTSD on YouTube, Honey Badger Morris. I hold you personally liable, and through vicarious liability I will bring a civil case against you, as you have a duty of care towards the vulnerable. All I have received is a negligent infliction of emotional distress at the hands of your staff. Should you fail to address or contact me, I will be sending the recordings of Jill, SSE manager, as to as many mental health charities as I can find to hear SSE's position on the vulnerable. And that's the email that I've said. Would you like to hear what she said? I can play the recording for you if you want.
Yeah, please do.
I'll just turn the volume up a sec. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. I just thought you don't want to hear it. I'll ring up and I'll play it in a second for you. This is what she said. So what's your response then when you won't engage with me about anything you've said and you won't let me log a complaint about your staff members? Is it like we don't care about disabled people? We can say and talk to them and do what we want, and all we've got to do is say sorry and it's okay. Is that your position?
Yes.
Yes. Did you just say yes then? Oh my God! Did you just say yes then? Did you hear that?
I did indeed. Yes, I did.
Do you think that's acceptable?
Definitely not.
Thank you.
Horrified, it doesn't cover it. Right, okay.
That's I mean, I've spoke to a few people, and everybody who said who's heard that, he says it found it disgusting.
Yeah.
That's totally unacceptable, Gina. You can't treat me like this, man. You just can't.
No, definitely not. And that recording that you took there, have you attached that to the email, have you?
I have, yes. I sent the email to. I'm not sure. I have to track his email address, his email down, so I'm not sure whether I got it right, but it's gone through the messages, and I attached that email and I sent it to Alistair Philip Davis at SSE.com. It says it's been sent. Would that reach him?
Yeah, if it doesn't reach him, it will reach his PA because he obviously has people that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I've had to go direct.
No, that's fine. Are you able to send that to me, and then I can send that to my senior manager?
Yes, if you give me an email address, I'll touch it and send it to you.
Well, yeah. Okay, so it's my first name, which is Gina, which is a capital.
Yeah. Full stop. Yeah.
And then in all lowercase, yes, please.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And that's at SSE.com.
Okay, yeah, I'll get that sent to you as soon as I finish this recording, if that's okay, Gina.
Of course, yeah. If you send that to me, there is a complaints manager that has logged your complaints. That's why you've got a letter from Super now today. So that's whenever a complaint is logged and is opened.
But it was a little bit more. It's a little bit more sinister than what I'm telling you. See, what it was I tried to make a complaint first of all, and what it is I'm getting your company saying you're calling me back, and you're not calling me back. I've had to make that many phone calls. I mean, you can have a look. I mean, I've put a video up on YouTube. I mean, I'll give you my YouTube channel. It's called Honey Badger Morris. You can look for yourself how many interactions I've had with you when I've just been messed about. The other day, this is what I was ringing about with the complainers. I tried to speak to a manager. You won't let me speak to a manager. You won't let me address this letter. You send me letters saying contact us, and then saying to me we won't discuss it with you. And that was what my complaint was about. And then when I tried to do that, I was passed to the Philippines, to South Africa, back to the Philippines, back to South Africa again, then passed to Wales, and then I made this complaint, and it said a manager called Abid, it should be on the phone, on the computer in front of you, said he would be getting back to me. He didn't get back to me, and then I had to ring up again to speak to this Jill, and even going through Jill, I was sent to South Africa. I was sent to South Africa first. No, I was sent to a woman who was very horrible to me. I had to threaten her with a civil suit just to get it to pass me through to a manager. She then sent me to South Africa, and the guy didn't know what I was talking about, and I had to come back to the UK when I wanted to speak to a manager, and I've got a recording of that. That is also up on YouTube. It's just one thing after another with you lot. Do you know what I mean? You won't engage with me. You won't log a complaint. You won't let me raise a complaint. You can do anything you want to me, and you think I can't raise a complaint to anything. It's not acceptable that you can just do anything to me, and I've got no recourse. And that's why I've sent the email to your CEO, because I didn't think that you were going to get back to me or anything.
The reason you've got that letter is the last person that you spoke to did take it seriously, and that's why they've sent you the complaint handling statement and procedure, because they have opened a complaint.
Yeah, that might be true, Jill. That might be true, Gina. Yeah. But what happened with that was, I mean, I've got the experience. I had to ring the head office, and I spoke to somebody called Luke from he then put me through. He says a manager will be calling you back. That manager never called me back. I then had to go through the Kansas City shuffle, and I go all the way around the world again to get to somebody in Wales, somebody from the Extra L team named Dave. I've got his name, and then he says I will log a complaint, and then I rung up to speak to Jill, and she said I wouldn't get a complaint. Then all of a sudden this letter comes, so I'm a bit confused with where I'm at.
Yeah.
I've been told I can't log a complaint. A manager's calling me back. Then Jill says, I can't log a complaint. I can't put you through to a manager. And then she hung up on me. So I'm a bit confused at where I'm at, you see.
Of course. Right, okay. So.
But this complaint, it's not just... Every time I seem to speak to you lot, there seems to be more complaints arise from it because of the way you treat me. And then keep saying to me, you can't log a complaint because it's the ombudsman complaint. When I don't have an ombudsman complaint. That complaint finished a long time ago. And I don't have a complaint, and you're stopping me logging complaints or speaking to managers when you're telling me to contact you. Do you know what I mean?
Right, okay.
So it's a lot more sinister than what just Jill. And I want everything investigated, and I know I'm not going to get anywhere. But you can't treat vulnerable people like this. And what she said about vulnerable people, if I send that to all the charities, and I intend to, if I don't get any joy here, what do you think they're going to make of that?
Yeah, be horrified, the same as everyone throughout here will be horrified once they hear that.
That's horrifying. I thought it was just me. I thought I'm overreacting here, but everyone I've spoke to have said no. That's just unacceptable. You can't have a broad spectrum view of disabled people like that. How many disabled customers have you got?
We have probably more than we would even know, because not everybody lets us know that they have any vulnerabilities or any special needs, or that there's more that we can do for them. So.
Well, this is what I'm saying. To say that about disabled people is so disrespectful. It's terrible. Especially somebody with mental health issues, and I'm just, you know what I mean? You should have an extra duty of care to me, not less. I know I'm not the easiest person to deal with, but why do you think that is, Gina?
I wish I had the answers to.
Yeah, it's not, like I says, it looks like I'm unreasonable, I'm horrible, or I'm just like, you know what I mean? I'm not. It's just I'm at the end of my tether when it comes to you lot. I mean, you today have probably been the nicest person I've spoke to in a while, a most civil person. Normally it's just like dismissive, fob me off, laugh at me, mock me, send me to South Africa, send me to the Philippines. So thank you for that, Gina.
Oh, bless you. Now, I mean, with regards to the Manila and the South Africa, that is where our call centres are now. So if you do call very often, that's where you're going to end up.
You mean in a third world country? In a third world country where companies pay them $1 a day? You mean that kind of a country?
So that's in the Philippines, and then the other one's in
South Africa. I know I've done the Kansas City shuffle, Gina. It was that bad that what they did to me the other last time on the phone was unbelievable. I put a video up on YouTube. It's called Around the World in 80 minutes because that's how long I was on the phone, and that's how long I went around the world. I went from Scotland to the Philippines to South Africa, back to the Philippines, back to South Africa, then to Wales. Just trying to get to a manager.
Trying to get to a manager. Oh, and I'm very sorry.
I've put a video up on YouTube. You can see this for yourself. They're all up on there. I've put them up on there for people to see because I'm sick of it. I am sick. I've made a channel because of SSE. I've had to make my own channel because of SSE. Unbelievable.
Oh, bless you. So, what is it that you would like me to be able to do today?
Well, for starters, I want that. I definitely that manager. She wants discipline. That's what I want because the way she treated me, it's unacceptable. And what she said about vulnerable people, she's a manager, so she's training your staff to have that way of thinking. And that's just that's just not acceptable, is it? To having a member of staff like that, train a manager. It's bad enough coming from a staff member, but to come from a manager, and that's your ideology. If that's what she's training, and she's training people, and that's the ideology she's putting in their heads. Don't worry about disabled people. You can do what you want to, and we've only got to say, give an insincere apology, and everything will be okay. Not acceptable, Gina. Not acceptable by a long shot.
No, not acceptable at all. So, if you send that to me, or if you've already sent that to Alistair Davison, obviously that will be located. As you say, all our calls are recorded for training and monitoring. That will be found. That manager will obviously have to listen back to that and feedback, and whatever action will be taken.
It's not just that. It's my time. It's not just that as well. The complaint. It's the time you take up on me. I've been on this phone call now for 22 minutes, which is okay because I've instigated the phone call, but I seem to spend a lot of my time on the phone speaking, trying to deal with you lot. Do you get paid for your time, Gina?
I do, yes.
Do you think that I should get paid for my time if I'm having to waste it on all this? I know you ain't got an opinion in SSE 111 yet, but think about it logically. You get paid for your time. That's what's the most important thing. Well, my time's important to me, and you waste a hell of a lot of my time, and it seems to be okay when you get paid for your time. Can you see my point?
I'm sorry that has happened.
Yeah, but look, my point of view is you get paid for your time, and you don't think that I should get paid for my time, and I do. And that's the problem, is you waste a hell of a lot of my time. Not just like hours, it's days. Days if you mount it all up. And like I said, you get paid for your time, so if I have to bring a civil case to get paid for my time, that's what my intentions. And I will be bringing a civil case. I mean, I know I'm not an expert in everything, but I know about liability. And your CEO is, you may think he's not liable, or you may think SSE is liable for this, but I'm not. I'm going for him, just like I'll be going for her if I bring the civil case, because you can't bring a civil case against a corporation because it's not real. It doesn't exist, Gina. It's not real. But the people, Alistair Davies and Jill Clark or whatever, these people are real, and you can bring civil cases against them. And these are my intentions. So if I don't get any kind of joy here, I'm bringing a civil case, even though I probably won't get nowhere, and I know I'll lose because you've got $1 billion solicitors. I don't care. It'll be enough to put up on my YouTube channel just to show you how you behave. But I will bring in a case against your CEO, even though I know I'll lose. But that won't stop me. So I'm just, if you could put that on the system, please, because I'm sick of this crap.
Of course I will do. Of course I will.
Oh, okay. Okay, Gina, I'll let you go. I'll let you go unless you want anything else to say. Thank you for listening today.
That's no problem at all. As I say, if you do need anything more, if you sort of want to come through and not sort of go to Manila or to South Africa in the future, then use the number you've called today, because that comes direct to us here.
Yes.
Located in the UK. All right.
Thank you, Gina. I'll get this email sent to you. Okay.
All right. Then what I'll do is I'll pass it on to my senior manager. I'll send it as high as I can, and then we'll get it looked at from there. All right.
Yeah, thank you, Gina. Thank you today.
Take care.
Have a good day.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.